archive, I see. Well, I can't help you with that. I'm barely qualified to provide moral support, let alone technical support.
Probably. Let's go talk to Dr. Roos. So that is as we get down into the archive, I believe, it's underground. Yep, I think we're coming down to it. I get stuck. Oh, that's right, we've already been. Okay. Just making sure. What's up, Squidhead?
Entry granted.
Ah, you've made such progress moving us toward an Order Anti's Choice alliance. Everything seems to be going according to the plan so far. But we approach a critical juncture. When you go in to speak with the presiding bishop, please raise the issue with her. I assure you this is the correct thing to do. For yourself, for us, for Arcadia. If you continue working for the Order alone, it will likely burn any possible bridge with Anti's Choice. So this is our last and only chance. Farewell. I would say good luck, but I put no stock in chance, only probability. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Is that something like, may the odds be ever in your favor?
The presiding bishop is waiting for you.
Oh, of course she is.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals. provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
Hold that thought. I'll be back in a bit. Unfortunately, I can restart it if this doesn't go well.
As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent and tasking her to perpetrate that heresy. The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to perish from exposure to Cloister's wilderness to avoid fouling their predictions and my interference. Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action, to no avail, obviously. I disavowed their actions then, as I do now. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, Supreme Calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
I may or may not allow it. We'll see.
My sensory deprivation chamber. I spend the majority of my days closed inside the silence, dulling myself against the tedious excesses of the body and mind. Want no longer factors into my decisions, but I can see how that might confuse one of such spirited bearing. I am using the chamber to prepare for a test of significant endurance. I think it best to leave the discussion there for now. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan, and lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
I'll accept a trophy too if you're handing them out.
Yes, by all reports it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin. He is, at that. I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts, and I heard you were the source of this plot.
Just one of my many brilliant ideas.
I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility?
Simply put, we got the troops, the firepower, and the know-how to beat the Protectorate. Respectfully, I think we both know that your forces can't do that on their own.
Military support loses its usefulness quickly in times of peace. It is that which gives me pause, among other concerns. Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. But the right course often involves remaining open to new possibilities. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure conference room on board the Undisputed Claim for our use. I will await your arrival there to mediate.
Oh, I get to handle the negotiation. Okay.
Hello, layperson.
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Your actions are in accordance with the plan.
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy in the universe.
Wait a minute. Force me into that one. Even though that was selected. Is that still no further? It should be, but no. So whose help? Who do I need to talk to for that?
We have a good collaboration going here.
Whatever your honorarium, it is well deserved.
I don't. I gotta do this first because it won't let me near anything to go to the other one.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's Choice. As fearless leader known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity, but no, I do enjoy spectating the rousing spectacle.
Uh-huh.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business. There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to... Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail. This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. If If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed. I suppose you've passed muster. Certainly not averse to getting your hands dirty. But the give and take of deal-making is another matter entirely. From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology. Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice. What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop. I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question. Amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part. I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal. That is a compelling vision of the future. One I could perhaps support. Involving money in science seems questionable. But having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly. Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. And I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined. On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores. No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all. Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience. So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous! And a waste of a perfectly good monopoly. We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. That assumes Auntie's choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions, and which would almost be impossible for the Order to enforce. Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is up to Auntie's choice and Order standards. Oh, partiality concerns are a thing of the past. Obviously, regulators would be incentivized to care most about the safety of the consumer. You know, right after production costs. As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. We shall allow Auntie's control of the current design.
There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner. I'd be remiss if I didn't note that Auntie's Choice also has scientists. Very good ones, in fact.
Yes, but we're doing ourselves no favors if we can't admit we could do better. We got the ingenuity. We just need the same amount of care, too.
I am certain your scientists are adequate. But compared to Order minds, it would be foolish to pretend there is any contest.
My scientists don't perpetually dither with profitless theoretical impracticalities. They produce tangible, worthwhile results in short order, or else. Point taken. Very well. Let the Order shoulder the risk.
A rational resolution is a joy to all. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's Choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. You sound just like Laureate Beckett. I'm weary of having this debate, especially as I can never seem to win it. Very well. Never mind about the chemicals. Now is not the time for risky experimentation at any rate.
Oh, bother. Here I wanted to see Ruth lobotomize herself. Oh, well. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be. Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor. Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself. One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider. We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo! Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spyreton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. Well done. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spyreton which can deliver our troops into the archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
I can't believe I just watched peace made between the Order and Auntie's Choice. Seems like a dream I'd have after eating too many woolly curds.
Let's go top first. Put her Auntie's wig and dress on Speaker's Choice 2.
Specifically founded to fight what nature inflicts, to offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. Since then, our company has grown, evolved, consumed the first of many rivals. But that original goal remains one of our goals. Yes, now we strive to spread unfettered free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. But we do so knowing you persist, well fortified by our products. So strive, thrive, survive, arrive.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret.
Hey, it's like Dick
reserved
Nixon.
for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Blah. Ain't meaning no disrespect. It's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but, once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait. Are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? But that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad. no, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Ah, tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
Bolster defenses to protect key assets. Some of the Order-derived direction can be downright oblique, but this is clear. Auntie is our most key asset.
Admit I'm finally beginning to come around to that computronic little plan. Perhaps there is something to having the Archive advise on market strategy and positioning.
Yes, I've begun to draw the same conclusion. Appears it can be a useful tool in the right hands. In any case, next steps. There's a sub-facility beneath the Automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
Kids, where'd you go? And then they pop up behind you.
Of our entire operation, thanks to our marketing wizards selling the sizzle of increment.
improve.
Yeah, see, I saw that one coming. I figured she'd want to talk. Okay. Oh yeah. What makes you think you're gonna need some mini rockets in here? Statical on a mechanical life support system.
As I expected, spies from Anti-Cleo! Seize them!
Trouble ahead.
Don't mind me.
I can't close it. nice. I want to go back in there and get that armor, but problem? I can see if I can remember where armor. I can go over here someplace to game. Yeah, what's in here? Maybe here. Now I'm thinking about it. Was now. And I know it was armor I was never going to wear. There's no bonuses on it. I've been in central control. Definitely non-pleasant waters. I don't think it's in the duration. I'll see if I had talked Ruth into, or Auntie letting Ruth get the chemicals on, I probably would be able to get into there now. One place I still don't have access to. Not in the tomb.
of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turner-Tyler, sixth base person for the Anti-Cleo Darlings. I'm clean. Their goal is to out the 76th inning, and it is Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain. Anti's choice! Right back at you.
Soon I'll be able to leave this office in... You're back! Finally! Finally! Do you have it? Did you bring it here? A last-minute shakedown, is it? I knew I liked you. Yes, of course. Fine, fine. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share? Wonderful! Exactly the effect I was hoping for. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the Archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion. Yes, so much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further. As they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning lucre just standing there. Go!
Okay, back we go. Whereas they will not use the elevator from here.
Remember what we discussed and act equitably.
And the actions of Maverick. Says that.
Now we go to Storm the Archive. Sure. Hey JC, how's it going? Oh, Merry Christmas to you too. All right. We had our Christmas today. So it's been a big chunk of the afternoon cooking and all, and got a bit of the family together. So yeah, my dad was going to my brother's yesterday morning for Christmas with my brother's grandkids, so my dad's great grandkids, and then he was spend later part of the day with his friends, family. He's also close friends with my brother and I and all, so Then today, our like a daughter who lives in our house down in the same town where my dad and brother live, brought him up, and then with her, and then our like a son who lives up around here, who had spent Christmas Day with his actual family, came over after he got off work this afternoon, so we kind of had our makeshift family together for a bit of Christmas, so. Yeah, I mean, this has been the first time ever, and this Thanksgiving was too, that we didn't go down to central Indiana to our house down there, and what used to be my wife's family house, and spend the holidays down there. But since our daughter is living down there now, decided to have her bring my dad up here for Thanksgiving, and then again for Christmas. So definitely something a little different this year.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment.
Hey now.
It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Yeah, at least from here to there is only just under 2 hours, so it's not bad.
Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
I want in there.
Material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all.
How was Christmas in the Seed House?
We're all in this together.
Professor Ostergaard making a mess of things again.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
Prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Grey gone astray? Book a stay today.
I mean, Southwest Michigan down to Indy at least isn't far.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Hey, walk on over there, huh?
Always watchful.
Back jokes have never been greatly fond of lurkers.
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Ooh, Disney in February. Nice.
Our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system.
Didn't mean to need to hit that. Ooh, a shivering scrap ton.
The guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Customers about.
Commander, you're bleeding.
I ain't got time to bleed.
How about some cloud cover?
So, put that one on for a minute. Okay. Didn't get a little too far. Okay, I was right though. It was up in here. I just went too far afterwards. Not that we need any more advanced encryption keys. I've not wanted to encrypt anything for a while.
Route all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
supplies. Said it was imitation crabble meat. She means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's choice.
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material.
Nice.
Prudence dictate.
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. The rumor is somebody died.
Nothing like getting vaporized with your heads in a loo. Oh. Oh. Another way to have gotten in here. Huh. Okay. Sorry, kids. I'm pretty sure I want to check out whatever else is over here, but can you?
To the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Whoever Prudence is, she does a lot of dictating.
Envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our
Yeah, that's where I tried to go originally.
Prudence dictates we reject
And we can go
individualism
that way.
in all its many forms.
Those doors are locked. Okay. Hop, 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 hop. Underlands.
Stranded
hostile planet Day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife. Starring noted self-taught survival expert, myself, Hoyt Schermerhorn.
The late Hoyt Schermerhorn. Look very poisony.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Krabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals, coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Krabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Expected that to lead to somewhere bigger. That's the broadcast booth. Just the bathroom. Okay. So
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent
ah. Oh, okay. stop standing right in a line of fire?
Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
For a minute. Out of sight and on the way. Let's get you healed.
Cherishes the world.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community, they sneer at our contentment.
Oh, anything from those turrets? Oh, wow. So now the propaganda is saying the ruler, our ruler, the consul.
Talk about a feat of industrial engineering. The skill alone. Stick close, Commander. Wouldn't want you wandering off and getting lost.
Inosanto, their first archive operator. Looks like a weapon I had in the first game. And how do I take it? Another squid head. Come on now, don't put stuff up here like this and not let me take it. Oh, jeez.
What was in the...
Oh, you know what was in those. Ooh. Both practical and ornamental. And snazzy.
Caduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Maximum replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am EUENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, Marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister.
I can't begin to tell you what that thing was, except it gives me control of the archive.
That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentience or cognition. Applied statistics might be functionally more apt. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement
To optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure.
to maximize the needs of our society above others.
To attract the most consumers.
A little percussive maintenance might not be out of place here. I've got a wrench might do some good.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts?
Yes, the piece of crap.
Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates.
You tried turning yourself off and on again.
Auntie's Choice attempted to formulate a foolproof marketing plan. A charm offensive to reintroduce itself to the main colonies, once this pesky rift issue is resolved by others.
The Protectorate ran rift calculations, then utilized me to assist with organizational matters, to approximate the paradigm, a system devised to replace the loss of the Order's predictive input. Based on the increasing rate of rift fluctuations, I estimate that your inquiry is rift-related. To that end, we should best get started before we are consumed by them. Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. No. As stated, it is on account of the previous operator and the previous operator for him and their associates that this work is required. And as it is required, I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage, and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of Crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it.
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
Any job worth doing's worth doing right. Besides, I can't imagine the presiding bishop being best pleased by us irreparably damaging the archive.
It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature,
Yay,
low
punch
humidity
cards.
environment to improve preservation. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Some categorical overspill inevitably occurs. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. Inverting targeting protocols. There, any protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however.
Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork. Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Seer Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Awesome. Okay, so. Okay, it doesn't matter if I go that way or the other way. Looks like it's focused with N-rays. So I managed to take it, the archives, by myself without the aid of my associates. There's no way I was supposed to do it. Does that count as something botched? Nope. Okay. Still was planning to in rays, out rays, maybe even possibly manta rays. It's definitely, clearly not Tampa Bay Rays. We know those don't really work. Or Landshark. If you're old enough to even remember that bit from back in the days when Saturday Night Live was good. Okay, so how was I supposed to get the parts to repair the lift? Get the order people up here. I didn't find the parts I needed. Sorry, there is no argument that the original Not Ready for Primetime Players was the best. Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, Jane Curtin, Gilda Radner, Lorraine Newman, Garrett Morris, John Belushi. No, they were the best, Jerry. The best. Okay, that's the other bathroom. Where the hell would I found these other parts to fix the stupid lift? I would like to get the eggheads up here.
Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Feeling distracted?
Phil Hartman, I would agree with. Farley and Spade and Sandler. I have never for 1 second found Adam Sandler funny. Chris Rock, yeah, I will go there too. Van Polar are okay, but they are nothing like the original cast.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
So where was this control thing? I don't think I found what I needed to operate it. Okay, so I did that. Oh, okay, there we go. So all I had to do is wave the magic wand at the purple test tube thing here. Make that work. Okay, I thought I had to find parts for it. Since it literally said that I needed to find parts for it. Oh, yeah, I mean, absolutely. He is definitely a middle school intellect comedian.
No impact or puncture wounds that I can see. Reckon these folks.
Oh.
These folk froze to death.
Indeed they did. It's amazing what being trapped in the subterranean of an icy planet can do. No, yeah, Norm Macdonald wasn't bad. Definitely okay with Norm.
Bodies up ahead. Suggest we take a moment before running in and joining them.
Yep. I didn't invest in hack. I want to use the scope.
ready to waste. On your command. Private, please.
Yeah, we didn't see that coming. Up on that one. Definitely don't want to go over the edge. Yes, let's put earrings in an ammo can. Makes perfect sense. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that was almost really bad. Oh, you piece of... Would really be really nice if double jumped a lot further. Jeez. Oh, Mantifillers.
So, you gonna ask the Earth Directorate for a promotion after this is over? I'd say you deserve a nice, comfortable job somewhere.
I'm planning to work my way up, but not through pushing papers. The Earth Directorate needs less bureaucracy and more boots on the ground. Only way to really help folks. Take, Tell SETI, for instance. I've heard those folks might need a lending hand to get out from under the corporate fist.
If that's the case, then you'll need a friendly local to show you around. Put in a good word for you. I could maybe carve time out of my busy schedule to help.
Wouldn't dream of touching down without you alongside.
Oh, they're getting along now. Okay, let's I could use the big bang. I know that'd take both, well, take anything out in one shot, but don't really want to waste those precious 38 rounds. Ah, come on, man.
Take your cover. Dropping smoke!
Practicing some battlefield medicine.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Wow, that's a bunch of landmines. Man, we were almost right at the door to cold storage. But now I kind of took this.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Slab of meat. Another pitfall.
I'll take care of him, Commander. Make it cover.
Not quite sure how it was put through there. This is just simply to jump over the barbed wire. And I don't know how the hell you get back.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
So much death. Hey! That wasn't nice.
Who are you kidding? If you ain't cutthroat enough to turn the big profits, you ain't cutthroat enough to try anything on me.
Really? You think that's the right tone to take? You may be ruthless in selling out your partners, but you're a terrible negotiator.
I don't care what you threaten me with. Not only am I smart for taking these supplies, but I'm following Auntie's laws. When scarcity begins closing its fist...
Is the perfect time for aggressive capitalists. Buy cheap, hold long, and sell high, and you'll maximize your profits. Don't quote Auntie's laws of dystopian disruption to me. I'm the one who taught you those damn laws, and I hardly imagine she meant to apply them when it is literally a matter of our life or death.
Whoa, who are you? How'd you get past the landmines?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Killing both of us and taking this stuff would have been easier than getting kids hooked on candy tobacco. I caught this one hoarding supplies, despite agreeing that there'd be better profit to be had if we pool everything we've got. Ever since the lifts locked down, this pile of sprat excrement has been sneaking off at night to move some of our shared inventory into a little bonus stash only they know about.
You're only mad you didn't think to do it first. The fact that I'm the most up-and-coming go-getter is what's getting you steamed. Admit it. You're jealous.
Why would I be? Once I cram your cold body into a vacuum tube, I'm taking all your stuff.
Of course! I'm doing what is smart and profitable under Auntie's laws, and I'll be damned if you two idiots will dissuade me. We do? I mean, of course, you're right. I'm sorry. But I saw a chance to get ahead, and Auntie always demands we take those chances when we see them.
I get it. Of course I thought about it, but I knew it'd be a mistake. And now, thanks to that foresight, my profits will go further since I'm not splitting them.
But I'm living up to Auntie's principles. We all know we should deeply gouge to create future earnings. Don't be bitter just because I'm the one who actually did it.
I guess you chose to swindle the wrong tube tech. Well, thank you for your help. Or for letting me solve this. I'm not sure who did the killing and who didn't. Well, there's no reason for me to stay here by myself. If I try and move it all alone, I'll definitely get hostilely acquired. I guess I'll call this venture busted and move on.
Oh, a rift anomaly. Didn't expect to encounter a rift anomaly inside the building here. Okay, that one puts up that piece of the bridge. Got it. Kids, move out of the way. Sure. How to actually get up there. Seeing this one. Let's see how you get up there. Need to go across there and everything, but. All blocks. Remember something about first activating this one. After getting to a certain point up here. Back to that one. That's not going to do it. And I'm just not seeing this. with, oops, by itself. Stop that block, and you don't have bridge there to get to that. Gotta have that dude. Get it. This locks all that. Oh, wait. Can I activate this one? Nope, can't activate that one. I'm up top. Shit. No way through that. There has to be a way to hit the other half of it from up top. Just called. Know what icebreaker is. It's a shotgun. Ice shotgun. Okay. was that distraction?
Armed and ready.
About the cloud cover.
Caduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an Auntie's Choice field manager is present and unaccounted for.
Jeez.
Going out of sight.
Protectorate engineers.
Let me handle this.
Up smoke! Ready to wait. On your command.
Time to earn my commission.
auxiliary pump seal. That it is. I think you can fix it in 2 ticks with the right tool. Never know when you're gonna need the odd toolkit. I'd hang on to that word.
Oh.
sight.
manual told me everything I needed to know about regulation of the Archive's temperature flow. Now my Crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. Such a pity that the Archive and the Crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. But the Crabbles need me. That babbling terminal can look after itself.
So that was purposely done sabotage.
Draft's raring to go.
How about some cloud cover?
to activate this. It's good find it nearby if we're lucky. Hope it happened quickly. But I'm guessing not.
Schermerhorn, my new neighbor, is an odd fella. And he's himself a man of the wilderness. He took the control board for the Spire Generic, so I know he's tech savvy. Just not survival savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent through the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Please proceed to cold storage to re-enable punch card retrieval.
Pretty sure that's the last chapel thing.
Is it strange that I miss being shot at? I mean, no, not really, but I'd rather be shot with a full belly than starving with nothing else to think about.
Watch yourself.
Part of the universal equation that we die down here. It doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't balance the universe. Unless it really wants those Crabbles to be fed.
You came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? What? Oh, you must be another case of hypothermia. Extreme prolonged exposure to the cold certainly does terrible things to our brain. It's because the archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. And once the Protectorate retook the machine, they locked out all external access. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, Order and Antes alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and desperately trying to stay alive. You're what? How? The odds of you successfully doing what our whole army could not is, well, it's preposterously small. Yet, here you are. Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding of all the variables in play. Though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that would increase the odds of your success. The paths down here all connect, so no matter which direction you go, eventually you'll find your way back to me. Nevertheless, venture south and you'll reach the thermal transfer station, which regulates archive heat. Go northwest and encounter cold storage, which houses its data cartridges. In the loop between the two lay the lift controls. Though be warned, they are incredibly well protected and have repelled every assault we've thrown at it. What else can I do to help you help us escape this frozen hell? Absolutely. There are several factors that will greatly reduce your odds of survival. First, you will frequently encounter ursopods, which are native to these tunnels. Also, near the thermal transfer station is an infestation of crabbles that are breeding in abundant numbers. And directly south is a band of what had been normal folks, now turned bloodthirsty and feral due to an overindulgence in Auntie's Choice Adrenatime.
Oh, they're gone?
No. A significant number of Auntie's troopers are trapped down here with us. Though despite odds so outrageous they'd barely be worth calculating, we've actually formed a truce. Though, if I'm being honest, I'd certainly sleep better if I wasn't unceasingly concerned about their perpetual capitalistic calculating. May the universal equation's final tally see us all escaping this frozen prison.
Yeah.
Is it strange that I miss being shot at? I mean, no, not really, but I'd rather be shot with a full belly than starving with nothing else to think about.
Desperate times certainly make for strange bedfellows.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. I just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean. So
If you're looking for snow or ice, I've got all you could ever want. My inventory of everything else is a little sparse, however. I'm sure one way or another, we can strike some kind of deal.
course nobody's gonna see it. That's not the point. I just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
So, you want me to take off your top and lather you with cold water just to cure your vanity?
Of course not. That's idiotic. I just want you to say you feel sorry for me.
Not as sorry as I feel about having to live with you.
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Have a profitable day.
You seem like a go-getter. That's good.
I can't feel it. You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
Welcome to our misbegotten little camp. Pardon any blood or sick you might spot. Our janitorial tech died of ague a fortnight past. I'm the volunteer Sawbones here. Say, wandering type like you probably knows a bit about medicine. I hope. Maybe a tad more accurate to say my knowledge is all gaps. When I said I was volunteer Sawbones, I meant volunteered. As in, I took half of one medic training seminar once, which makes me barely more qualified than everyone else. I'm on the lookout for a medicine sachet, but I can't leave the folk here. I ask if you had the know-how, because I need someone who can identify it proper. I don't much like the sound of that. Let me see. What in blazes is this? Even I know not to give this to my patients. Law only knows what it would do. Then I can only hope my medical skills are up to the task. Thanks for going on that wild sprat chase for me. Here's your pay. Rest assured, I'll do everything I can to help. Save giving these folks rifted medicaments.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. Huh? No, it's very visible. I was afraid when I jumped over from the other side where I started, there wasn't going to be a way back over it from this side. Come across over this bridge, you're stuck there at that building, and you can't get across there because you get stuck at that elevator. So I guess you kind of have to go back where you started. What? Well, see how it's gray and it's not light? That would be no. I'm going to go back across the bridge I went across the first time, or up there, or go across there. So I really kind of want to get down to there because I know that's going to be the chapel thing I need to find for another. You know, that's where I need to go. The next thing, and I think that's where that woman that they want me to talk to is going to be.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
vending machines on the Undisputed Claim that sell scarves, and hats, and pills that make you so warm you've got to take off your socks. What I wouldn't give.
What in the name of Auntie's anti-hallucinatory ammonia drops? Who are you? What are you doing here? Starving? Or freezing? Or maybe both? Honestly, it depends on the moment. But we've been trapped down here for more than a month. What an odd thing to say. Thanks, I guess?
I was sure that was going to be the Excognition Chapel. If it is, I don't see a way in. How's that leaking uranium?
Is the pain of this wound making me hallucinate? Or are you the unforeseen interloper my scouts have been speaking of? Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here when the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite the sight to behold. You what? On your own. We've been fighting
three
for
of
weeks
us.
to try and gain access to the controls, and you simply waltz in on a whim? Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly use your help if you are willing. That, I fear, is a seriously dangerous proposition. My soldiers were fighting our way into the complex when those bastards activated the fire suppression system. It froze every person fighting inside the complex, Order and the Protectorate both, to solid ice. They sacrificed every soldier they had to keep from losing that building. Wouldn't that have... No. It never even... I was so focused on saving those remaining that it never occurred to me to push forward. I suppose it speaks to how rarely I'd crunch these sorts of equations under stress, as my compatriots died beside me. And now my inexperience has trapped us here. I wish you a swift victory, and may all your equations unveil their integers without error.
Another new face, glorious. It is so cold, my fingers appear to be in rigor. I've not slept in 3 days, and I've any number of high-risk patients in need of tending. I trust you'll pardon my brusque manner. You've something of import to discuss, I gather? Then you'll understand if I ask you to leave me be. I've little enough time as is.
Your efficiency has improved my efficiency.
Yeah.
Alright, it's gonna be it, I think, for the night, considering it's a little after 3 in the morning. Thank JC for popping in and chatting for a while. Whoever else is hanging out here. Thanks for hanging for a bit. Everyone has a good weekend. Good New Year's towards the end of the week. And I will see you next time. See ya.